Good morning, everybody. Adam here. Welcome back to Todd Family Farm. If you would permit me just a few minutes of your time, I would really appreciate it if every single one of our faithful subscribers, especially and those that do enjoy videos, if you would just tolerate me for a few minutes to do a little, I want to call it an explanation. It could be instructional, educational, but it's somewhat of a defense of something that we have done. So I think no matter who you are, I think you can appreciate this video. So please stick with us and please watch this video. Okay, what I want to share with you is we recently did a trapping video, and we're not going to be trapping on this video particularly, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about trapping because I am an animal lover. Actually, my whole family is an animal lover, or animal lovers, and we respect animals and we care about animals. And I'll tell you our position. Now, you might be, you could be, what's the old cliche or stereotype? You could be a California liberal, PETA person, and have an animal humane side, and fine, that's fine. And you could try to treat animals with the same respect that I do, but my angle is that I believe that God created man, and man has dominion over animals, and we are to treat animals with the utmost respect. So I'm not animal rights as much as I am animal stewardship. And God Almighty has called us to treat His creation with respect. That's everything. That's the land. That's trees, flowers, bees. I'm a beekeeper. I love bees. I love nature. God made it, and we are to take care of it to the best of our ability. I hate litter bugs. Don't litter. Not because it's the law, because that's God's creation. You're meant to take care of it. God's animals, you're meant to take care of it. So, and then you might say, you trap. You're a hypocrite on trapping then, because trapping is mean. And I'd like to respectfully disagree, and I'd appreciate it if you'd listen to my reason why. The reason I trap is to be a steward of nature. The worst, most painful death that can come to an animal, in my, I dare say, expertise, is mange. Okay? Mange is got to be one of the slowest, most painful ways of death. If you've got an animal population where mange works, it's not good. It's nasty. Mange gets into an animal, gets them itchy. It spreads all amongst them, and they will itch and rub and itch and rub. Have you ever had a mosquito bite that will itch? And there's been times that instead of scratching it and scratching the top off and making a sore, I'll rub it. And then I end up, what happens is I rub it, and then it makes the whole spot raw. It rubs the skin off. And that's more painful than if I just scratch the top off of it. Imagine your body, or at least your whole entire back, covered in unsatiable mosquito bites. And so all you can do is rub. And what happens with mange is an animal will become a stinking, infested infection mess. They will rub all the hair off, and they will rub the skin off, and it is a torturous death. Mange is prolific in populations of animals that are out of control. So that's a fact. There's other reasons animal overpopulation is not good. So, but my point is, part of being a steward of animals is managing the populations. If you have too many fox even, but if you have too many skunk, the pheasant population is going to go down. If you have too many raccoons, distemper is going to go bad. If you have too many coyotes, mange is going to go rampant. If you have too many bats, you're going to have a rabies outbreak. And too many of a good thing is a bad thing. If you have, right now, there's a lot of areas of the country experiencing CWD in deer. They just have too many deer. There's a lot of areas in the country experiencing blue tongue in deer. They have too many deer. We don't have blue tongue. We don't have CWD. We don't have mange. We had a little distemper. The coons got out of control. Had a little distemper going through. We don't have rabies, I hope. And because you keep things in check. So all the populations need to be in check. If one gets out of whack, it's going to make another one out of whack, and it's just going to be bad. So I believe it is our responsibility for the good of the animals to help keep things in check. Everything around here is in check except two animals, coons and coyotes. And we are seeing bad consequences because of it. Have we lost animals? Absolutely. My dad has lost 2 border collies, young border collies, to coyotes. And that's pretty bad. Now, my dad would be in somewhat of the same camp as many people, and as I was as a young person, that traps were terrible. But back to the animals. We lost 4 chickens one night to coyotes. Actually, that was during the day. And we lost our goose. You can go back and see our goose video. 3 coons teamed up on our goose and killed it in the barn. So it's just getting to be where they're going overboard. And for their own good, and just for the ecosystem, they need to be balanced. We have coyotes coming up in the yard, and we're way far away, so we have coyotes coming up in our yard. And it's just, I don't relish the fact, but they do need to be maintained. They do need to be checked up. So I think one of the most humane ways is to trap. Now, if you have the picture, and this is the way I did when I was a kid, I think before my wife knew, or even my dad knew, and my mom understood, they had the same picture of trapping that we all do. And that is, there's these traps that come together with teeth and bite into the leg and hold them tight. Okay? No, that's not true. I want to show you what my trap is. You see, this is a trap. No teeth. None. Okay? And that's not a sharp jaw. That's a wide jaw. And lots of my traps have a double jaw here to where it's a thick edge, and it cannot cut in. It will not cut in. It doesn't even come all the way together when it's completely closed. See that seam, that gap? There is no desire to harm or hurt an animal, and this doesn't. And I guarantee you, I have caught animals. So I've caught 5 foxes this year. I released every single one perfectly unharmed, and I checked their feet, no broken bones, no injuries, and they run off happily because we're not targeting foxes. And the only reason we have foxes around here is because we keep our coyotes in check. There's a lot of places that don't have foxes. That's because the coyotes are too thick, and coyotes will kill off the foxes. There's a lot of places that have terrible mange. Stinking, bald, ugly, suffering coyotes because they're out of whack. We don't have that around here. I haven't seen any mange at all this year, and that's a great thing. So you just manage the population. But anyways, they get caught in this, and it will not... it doesn't hurt them. Or the other reason is there's 2 swivels here, and they can just be caught in here and spin, and it just doesn't hurt them. I release anything that doesn't need to be checked up, or a target species, which for me this year is just coyotes is what I'm targeting. they get released. So it makes for a healthier coyote population. And in a bad winter, for a mangy coyote to just slowly freeze and frostbite to death is brutal. Okay, so I want you to understand that we're doing it in a humane way. So I'm going to set this trap for you. I'll show you this trap, and you pull these down and you'll set it. And I set this trap here. Okay, that is a set trap, right? And we'll put that right here. That's what it looks like when it's set, right? And let me get it secure here. I'm gonna so move that right here. Now, when an animal sets their foot down in it, they well, I'll show you. I won't pick the camera up, but I will trap myself here. Okay, and if you put your hand right down in that trap, it'll just, I'm trapped. Okay, so my hand is in there, and closing on it's not pleasant, but I didn't squeal in pain. I'm not hurting. It's just I'm caught. So it's just holding me. It's like handcuffs. There was no teeth dug into me, no blood either side. My hand is not broken. I'm just trapped, okay? And so I will catch a coyote or a fox or a coon like this, and it just holds them there. I check my traps as early in the morning or as early in the day. That's my goal, is to get there. They get trapped at night. I get to them quickly, and if they need to be dispatched to maintain a healthy population, I'll dispatch them. If they need to be released because they're okay, then do that. Release them. But it's all for the purposes of maintaining a healthy population. Fur is basically worthless. So we'll do what we want to do with our fur, because there's just no buyers for it right now. And that's fine. But the coyotes that I take make the other coyotes healthier. So I hope that answers your question. That's a trap. I guess it's holding me right now. So even if I push one down, it's not going to let me out. But it's just holding me, and that's what it does to the animals. It's not abusive, inhumane. It's way more humane than letting them check their own population up with distemper or mange. So I just want everybody, I care about what the subscribers think. I want you to know that we care about the animals. I want you to know that we're not setting death traps or torture traps. These old things you used to see in the Disney movies, where the jaws come together and the teeth dig into your skin and you're just bleeding, and animals are trying to chew their own legs off, or they're twisting up and losing. And there's no three-legged animals around here. We have an obligation to the Lord to take care of his animals, even if that means reducing the population. We are to have dominion over it. We live in a fallen world where the animals just can't run rampant. So sometimes, especially coons, start carrying disease. They came in. We've lost geese. My wife and my daughter, they would be more along the lines of some of y'all that would say just trapping just seems so mean. And then they had 2 kittens last spring that went missing, and we found out they got ate by coyotes. and they were up in our machine shed, and that's where they stayed the night. And when they realized that, the coyotes are coming up into our machine shed and killing cats, then they realized that they need to be managed. So I guess I wanted to plead my case and make sure everybody knows that we're doing it in an incredibly appropriate way. So thanks for watching. Just a little PS here. Yeah, I was trapped. So, it was holding me. So I just took the trap off, but I did think of another question somebody had, in that, how do we keep from catching our own pets? A, I have not caught any pets this year. No dogs, no cats. B, we are very strategic about where we put traps so that we have low risk of catching pets. C, if I did catch a pet, I could release it unharmed. So, I guess if I caught a dog, I'd just walk up to it and open the trap and let it go home. If I caught a cat, the same thing. Cats would probably freak out a little bit more. So what you do, you just go and you cover it up. You grab it by the back of the neck. You release its foot. Then you make sure it's okay, and away it goes. So no, we haven't caught any pets. But if we did, we would just release them back to home, and they would be wiser for it. And lastly, the way we don't catch pets is that we go off on the creek and way off on the boundaries and in the back fields where no pet should be, and we place a trap very, very cautiously. So no pets were harmed for sure. So I hope that answers your question, and I appreciate you watching.